Laroche. I work at Lookout in the product management team based in Boston.
And you guys were just featured on 60 Minutes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, 60 Minutes was really fun for us. We've been working with them for going on 3 years now, and they've been trying to figure out ways to raise awareness in the area of mobile device security in particular, because so many of us depend on smartphones and intelligent devices now in our daily lives. And so I think they're really trying to raise awareness for how important mobile security is to everyone. You know?
And your guys actually, they hacked into the 60 Minutes staff's phones?
They did. One of our founders actually worked with kind of a ethical hacking team to execute a remote exploit on a device far away. So what they did was took control of another device from a distant location, turned on the camera and the microphone, were able to actually spy on someone far away, which is pretty scary when you think about it. Any of us, could imagine being in that kind of situation and being unknowingly spied on is pretty scary. So I think they were doing it to prove a point that these devices aren't necessarily as locked down as we think. You know?
So if you're just listening to this and you're terrified or you saw 60 Minutes, what can you do to prevent this from happening?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that's really part of the mission of Lookout is to bring security to mobile devices. That's really what we're all about, and our range of solutions are aimed at that problem set. So I think we offer products for consumers and for enterprise, and I think we're just part of trying to raise awareness out there that mobile security is not really shouldn't be taken for granted. It's actually those devices become more valuable to attackers the more sensitive data that gets put on them. So as our devices now access our corporate email and other corporate files in the cloud and things that are really exposing more and more types of information, I think the security problem gets bigger. And so I think thinking about mobile as part of your overall security strategy is very important because the world is changing, and these devices become more and more suspect as they get more prevalent.
And are you seeing, I know that mobile malware, the threats have really ramped up. Is it, increasing really fast?
Yeah, the threats are getting more sophisticated. They're coming more frequently. They're cutting across all the platforms. It's not only Android, but we see threats on iOS devices, and I think I think the reason for that is that the devices themselves are more valuable to an attacker now because there's better information on them, or more juicy information on them. So I think that's why we're seeing a drive towards more malware and more what we call bad actors, working on cracking these devices.
And what sets Lookout apart from maybe some of the competitors?
Yeah, I think one of the things that makes our product unique is the fact that all the horsepower, all the analytics, and all the decision making happens in the cloud. So the devices themselves, the little application that the user actually runs on their phone is quite small and light and very non-threatening, and doesn't spy on the user, it doesn't steal data from them, and doesn't really watch what you're doing on your phone. But what it does do is when the user makes changes on their device, it goes up into a very large cloud database and uses a machine intelligence system to analyze any change you might make on your phone, and then very quickly tell the user if they're doing something that's adding risk or introducing risk onto their device. And that's in kind of a friendly way, if that sounds believable. And so that's one of the things that makes our product special, and people adopt it quickly, is because it works, it doesn't drain their battery, and allows them to have that extra assurance that if something nasty gets on their device, they can remove it before damage is done.